Let's fill some hard drives.
What does he do?
Plays D&D. With his buddies. Instead of paying attention to me. Greetings and welcome to Die Drug or Die presents the Grimstone Chronicles, Season 3, Episode 46, I think. I am your host, but not your DM, and we're doing this partially in person today, as I'm in Canada, and Adam has come for a visit. Mark will be joining us shortly once he finishes work, and Ahmed is in his basement.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you'll join us later this summer, right, Ahmed?
Yeah.
Cool.
Because the kids are still in school, so it's difficult for me to go away during the week.
Yep.
But yes, they're done next week. So
how you doing, bud? What's new and
I
exciting?
just ate a bunch of Pizza Hut, and I thought it was a good idea to wash it all down with a donut.
Okay,
So-
now, I have an additional thing on here. How did you eat your Pizza Hut?
Oh, fork and knife, of course.
Okay, all right.
I'm in
Fork and
front
knife
of
with
the
the Pizza
laptop.
Hut.
I don't want to get. Oh yeah. Okay, yes. Yeah.
And which end of the pizza did you eat first?
So I figured I was a whole bunch of crust and a whole bunch of pizza, right? So I figured I would start off with the crust first and leave the good stuff to the end. So I ate all the crust first, and then I got full.
So you have a bunch of crustless pizzas? They're still
I
good.
ate the rest anyway.
Oh no.
Let you power through and put more in.
I'm like, no, I just gotta do it quick so I don't just hate me.
It's a bread ball followed by a grease bomb.
Oh my
And
God,
then
on top of the crown.
Yeah.
Sugar
So I was trying to figure out what's going on. If I look like I got a stroke, just call my wife. Just during stream, just
Perry.
you need to call the hospital. He's done it again. Get him the baby aspirin, quick.
Yikes. Okay. So Ahmed's eating like a teenager.
Eating like a teenager, yeah, eating
Yeah.
like,
Feel like 100-year-old man tomorrow.
What's new with you, Adam?
I am in Sudbury. I would have to apologize because I do have I got relatively sick last week, and my lungs hurt a little bit. So I'll be coughing when certain funny voices are happening, and I don't have my own personalized mute button. So for those, I will try to be polite, but no, I'm having fun. I'm having a vacation. I drank the beer and watched some movies, and there were some inspiring films about things that might be relevant to game. So,
Well, we know that there's a fungal plot. So there's a couple of movies where fungus is a theme. One of them is Gaia, which is effectively, as we learned by watching it, is a prequel to The Last of Us.
the unofficial prequel to The Last of Us.
Because it has the start of whatever. Won't want to ruin it. It's got some of the same monsters in it. And then we watched Super Deep, which can be described as the Russian version of The Thing.
Corneta!
It was so. I am so happy with that movie. It is the good kind of bad in all the right places. It's a little bit of Aliens, it's a little bit of The Abyss, it's a little bit of The Thing, it's a little bit of,
Yep.
How are the effects, and when did it come out?
Recently, last few years.
A few years
Oh,
ago.
so computer graphics, how are they?
No, practical effects.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Like a doll, like a shit.
Very well done practical effects.
Sweet, I love those.
There's a D&D monster in there. We won't say which one, but we came to the conclusion that
We know which one it is.
that's the D&D monster. Like somebody read the D&D handbook or something.
Yeah.
The
So
monster
what's
manual.
funny is when my kids are watching the old movies and they see like the either the animation, was it Willow? It was Willow. Remember when there was like the Hydra or something?
Yep.
Was coming out of the water and it was all animated and stuff. They're like, how did they do that? Because it looks different, right? And I had to explain it. It's pretty awesome.
This is how special effects used to be.
Yeah, right? Like, this is what claymation is.
Painstaking splicing, stop motion.
I really like that stuff. I like the old Jason the Argonauts.
Oh, yeah. What was the other
like
one?
Harry Something-hausen. But there's a guy who did all the...
Yeah. Brilliant stuff. Anyway.
Cool.
Yeah, I'll put it on my list. It's good. Sounds good.
Why don't we do a quick recap of what happened last game? Last game was called In Reverse. The cohorts
went sideways.
The cohorts of the Steel Rose Squad and Sulphur lead the attack against the giant and goblinoid forces outside Fort Craig. Arinia's devils mount a counterattack in the city and against the cohorts. One of the cohorts is captured, and the remaining cohorts do not have the magics required to mount a rescue. The Masters of the Steel Rose Squad escort survivors from the reliquary back to Fort Craig, where they receive a hero's welcome. And then the cohorts updated the Masters about what had happened, and we now have a side quest where we need to go and rescue Zogul, the turncoat Oni, who's been serving Grackle since the time we went to the Oni temple in Foundry and kicked a bunch of ass.
Yep, there was like one Oni left behind who was like, I'll serve you.
Yep. The DM taunted us that no matter what we do, Zogul's being pumped for information about the party. And we're like, okay. We're at the point where we're well past the XP required for 14th level. And I think we're going to teleport from Fort Craig back to the Trifort area to begin our downtime. Offline, we have leveled our characters, including the cohorts. We've spent a ton of cash that we had piling up from our previous adventures. Yep. And we have listed how we're going to spend like the next couple of months. I have the exact number. It will take us to train, to sell our gear, and to upgrade our gear 110 days. So for the remainder of the autumn of 305, year 305, we're going to enter into the basically almost halfway through the winter of 305. Yeah, and we've highlighted a number of things that will require either DM approval or will be small scenes, and we'll let Adam drive that. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to teleport back to our sanctuary at Port Servius, which Ahmed has created a wonderful map using Dungeon Alchemist?
Dungeon Alchemist.
Yes. So we've got our little closet. It is small. It is a 20 by 20 room that we lined with ropes, and it made it look like a shrine. And then off to the side, there's Vigil's area where if non-humans enter, they get kind of owned. And we had hucked with a rope the Shadowweave Maul into Vigil's area, just in case he came back. He would see that we have done the quest that he asked, but also as a way to protect it, just in case someone wants to pick it up, because it's very dangerous, and we wanted a way to pull it back into the room.
Yep.
Yeah, not anybody can pick it up. Like Desaad had to do some tricks just to touch it.
Yeah, and Chagga, being a priest of the god of magic, the pattern in the weave, doesn't want to touch it.
Its name is basically destruction of my god, the Shadowweave.
Right.
Yeah.
The only... Yeah.
It's so useful against a caster, like an arcane caster, right? Mm-hmm. So we should selectively find out what we're fighting, because it may be useful for Desaad to carry and actually use. You just got to put him next to whoever's casting.
Well, we know there's a powerful Nagaji caster, who's probably 8th or 9th circle spell type caster because of the power of their simulacra. So we know that that's out there somewhere. And likely the Iron Lord himself, if he got half a brain in his head, he probably has some court mage or something like that. So there are enemy casters out there, not to mention some sort of epic dragon, and dragons are kind of innately arcane creatures. So there's some epic shadow dragon that Vigil is.
Sorry. The thing with this item is.
Yep.
You need to get to wherever you want to get. We just teleport, right? You can't teleport with it. We have to wind walk to wherever we're going to get to. Or there's another.
Why can't we can't teleport with a Shadow Weave Maul?
Arcane.
We teleported with it before, didn't we? Yeah. Yeah, we teleported with it while it was inside you.
Oh, but then it hurt me.
You couldn't teleport, but you could be teleported.
Right, but there was a chance I was going to strike out. I remember rolling against striking out at the person I was casting.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, it was lucky I didn't hit whoever was doing it.
Yeah, but you were in dragon form, so you were still just using your claws.
Yeah.
Anyways, we should talk about this in character.
Something.
So do we tell? We're gonna the desire is to teleport from a fucking teleports. So weren't we able to teleport way far north from Fort Craig and then get around the area?
Yeah.
Like it's the area of non-teleportation is in between Fort Craig and the Three Forts, right?
It's to the south and it's south and east. So that teleportation effect is squirming up and sort of cutting off parts of the region. So yeah, there was a weird like double teleport that was required.
Okay.
But the last time you teleported back and forth, you went direct to like Fort Craig region.
Okay. No, because we teleported into Fort Craig from the mine.
Yes.
So I think we're going to teleport north to Foundry and then teleport over to our Triforts is the way we're going to do this.
There's also that. Was it a dragon? It wasn't a dragon. What was it in the in Fort Craig region?
There is a monster, a three-headed dragon monster that you know of that is in a cave somewhere.
Yeah, with a horde of drakes, and they are the ones that attack the fire giant army and kick them out of the. So there's that. There's the trolls, and then we have to solve the fungal thing. Let's get into character. So do we manage to teleport everyone back home?
Yes.
Okay. So here we are. This room is tight, so we're going to cast some rope tricks and stick the cohorts plus sulfur up into the rope tricks because they don't need to be there for every conversation. And it's still tight in this room.
Fire burns.
Ooh.
And the extra characters, Sergeant Hammersmith.
Yeah, we rescued Gamber, Hawkeye, and Sergeant Hammersmith, which I think we're going to return to Fort Manius. Oh, who would like to accompany me to go and, this is Chagga, obviously, to check in with the General? She's probably eager to, hear about our victories at Fort Craig.
Yeah. We're going to tell him about the hammer.
I don't know.
No, this is Vigil's quest, not the General's. We can mention as a footnote that we got an item for Vigil to keep him happy, or... It is the type of thing that maybe we should... Chagga's torn, because he knows he has... The rules are... You have to hand over artifacts. But Vigil's kind of representing the five-faced god, so he's kind of seeing in his head, at least he's making the excuse in his head that, oh, it's sort of like handing it over to a higher moral authority anyway, so that is friendly to the Imperium, so he's fine with the hammer staying where it is. And I don't think it needs to be explicitly put in any report. We can put in our reports that we definitely fought evils in the mines, and then talk about some dragon thing, the Gorgon Ridge or something, three-headed dragon eating horde of drakes.
Hey, the Gorgon.
Yes, thank you. This brief scornful look at Capra, opening your mouth to help out when you can't help out.
Yeah, I'll come along with you, Captain.
And then Fort Craig. We should definitely mention that we.
What are we going to say about that, Captain?
Well, yes, I may need your help to smooth over some rough edges about that adventure. About getting.
Let's make our story straight first. How's that?
Wait a second. Did we ever check in with the... No?
It's the matter of Zogul that we must
Checking with whom?
Captain.
The Archibald guy.
Well, he'll eventually realize we're here.
Oh, well, we're not there anymore.
Archibald.
The human who you tied up in a bag and C-3PO'd around the battlefield, did he ever meet... Aside from, like, after
No.
mugging him, you
No.
exactly, you dumped him off with the dwarves and you teleported away.
Nope. Yes, and I suppose we'll have to include the cohort's interactions with the... He was drunk when you... Yeah, he was drunker than a skunk. Well...
That was for his own protection, was the song.
And did he fight at all? Nope, he was stuck in the bag.
But he was leading, right? He was an integral part of the...
He was crying and...
You saved his life.
He's pretty useless, Chagga. You probably want a new ambassador. All right, we'll make a recommendation to replace the ambassador with somebody who's competent. That whole situation ended up as it was because of incompetent leadership. Don't worry, we'll stress those parts. And the fact that the leadership fell apart when we started snooping around, and the sword of the wakizashi of the great Oni was found in the gut of the leader of the Great Hammers was, well, all the proof we needed. You're helping me write this, Sergeant.
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah, so we're gonna quickly write up a few reports, and
Okay.
and then the squad of missing limbed Wayfinders. Don't worry. If I do some prayers over the next 10 or 15 days, I'll be able to restore your limbs.
I think right now only the Goblin is...
I think we want to restore Gamber's head. There was a bit of
Yes.
bone missing or something
Yes,
like
he's...
that. We'll get the hole in your head fixed. Yeah, just don't thumb it too hard. Don't stick anything in it. Shut up, Ward. And then Hawkeye. Don't worry, we'll be able to get all your fingers and toes. 10 on each, right, for a goblin?
Close enough, depending if you know. Accidents do happen, and some people are born with extra blessings.
Okay.
Captain, you are forgetting Zogul.
Oh, no.
He's in military. He's in the enemy's hands right now, and probably telling them everything. He's lost his control. Crackle was not forgetting that part.
Well, according to Phoebe, Zogul entered the combat while charmed. Yeah, we didn't really recognize what that was until it was too late.
The problem right now, Captain, is he is telling them what he knows, which includes our sanctuary right here. So now they are aware of where we are.
Well, some of us are on the verge of some very powerful spells that might be very useful in forging a rescue that is not just a rescue on this world, it's a planar rescue. So we will fetch him, but point taken, our sanctuary is no longer secret.
We need to be on guard, outside and inside. We need to inform the commandant that is here.
All right, it means that we should leave enough muscle here just in case this place is, well, attacked.
Don't worry. I
Pulls
got
out his
this
sword
covered,
halfway.
and I got me some praying to do. And he's like fumbling his pot.
Grackle's
sword?
looking at his
Yeah.
reflection in his blade. I feel like getting my blade wet. I will stay behind as well.
Well, I would want the Sword, Capra, and Dugan to accompany me to go speak to the general.
Ahoy, Captain!
I suggest that we don't. If you have business, we should keep together in groups of 3 at least.
Could you write the bit where York stabbed the flock of demons as the devil?
Oh yes, and Chagga will recommend that York become an official member, a private of the not only the Imperial Foreign Legion but of our Wayfinders, as he had exemplary service in slaying many devils that were Arinya's devils that were attacking as a military unit in Fort Craig.
Unit was underlined there. Military unit.
Yeah, exactly. What else? He'll also recommend Phoebe be. Now, do we want them as members, or do we want them as?
Like conscripted specialists.
Yeah, like NCOs,
Non-coms,
or yeah, like basically as specialists.
Yep.
Well, we don't want them to stay if we have to go. We don't want anyone else to take control or command it.
Correct. So the Chagga will say they've agreed to join as specialists on the condition of
following specific officers.
Yeah, York will say
Captain Chagga.
Underneath the guidance of Capra, and Chagga will take responsibility for Phoebe, because I think Dee Dee's too low of a rank to.
It's my personal aide.
Yep.
No Dee Dee.
We're going to continue to leave Los out of.
Yeah, keep the ghost out of it.
Well, your leadership, your direct leadership,
Yep.
knows about Los.
Yep.
As they've shared memories with Los.
And you said that he wasn't just captured; he was transformed. Yeah. Goblin Heroes got an interesting way of putting it. Something about reverse.
Hey, Mortis already. Yeah, right back up in there. Oh, it's so sad, I know.
Grackle looks concerned.
I don't think that a raised dead is going to work. We may have to perform a resurrection. Yeah, I said that earlier, Chagga. Yes, but we're going to have to find a suitable amount of diamonds. After we did some tallying, we don't have enough diamonds to actually cast that spell. We will have to also submit our expenses and perhaps ask the general for a suitable diamond to bring Zogul back. And Chagga's now looking at Grackle, like, bring Zogul back as a question mark.
You know, it's like, he's a very capable fighter.
He's an Oni, though. Maybe you should get maybe one of those nice goblins that you convinced to leave the fight.
He has done nothing other than follow my commands. Whatever his nature may be, he follows orders.
Oh. Maybe we could get Aeronok to come out. He could be your cohort.
Actually...
I think Aeronok's too high level.
Aeronok's too high level.
So is
Doesn't
Toxo.
matter.
Toxo, though. Grackle and Toxo? Oh my god.
The emaciated hob warriors of the south, yeah.
Just checking. I don't really like the Oni.
Here's my main... If Zogul was... Grackles, if Zogul was to die in combat, fighting honorably, I would respect his death. But this is not an honorable way to die. I do not know where his soul is right now, and it must be rectified. This thing will be put to death by my blade.
Do Onis even have souls?
You're the cleric, you tell me.
Yeah, they probably do.
I will not abandon one of my own.
They're like almost real outsiders, but they're not.
Oh, also, he knows all our secrets.
Yes, that's the most... Let us hope that it takes time for him to reconstitute, if that is the... if I am to understand correctly what is going to happen to him.
But there is something else, Commander, Captain. The General has lost also her second in command.
Yes, well...
We need to get the General. If we are asking for diamonds and to go rescue our own, it is her. She can ask also for us to get her General as well.
With enough of the body parts, we should be able to cast Raise Dead on the troll. And as we understand, they made off with some of the body parts, the ones that were regenerating. Oh,
Right,
Mog is very eager to return home and show how big and strong he's become.
We should also, what I recommend, I mean, I leave it to you, Captain, but mention that we are also going to rescue the General. But in order to do that and to minimize the risk of information leak, we need to capture Zogul first.
Yes, let us finish putting the finishing touches on our spells, i.e. let's finish training. And then we'll go and rescue Zogul.
Yes, Commander. Captain.
Alright.
Commander.
We'll leave Los with you, Grackle.
Yes.
Wonder if his pod can go in my pod.
Extra-dimensional space inside extra-dimensional space? Oh, it sounds like a fun time.
Grackle whispered into the jar. Los comes out.
Hey, what's going on? Oh, we're back here. What? Oh, nothing there, Los. Just go back into your jar. No.
Not wanted to see if you can fit into his spot.
Huh.
I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah, you might ruin it. I'm not done with it yet.
Just be grateful he's putting the poop in his spot and not yours.
Yeah, there's no poop in here. Ghosts don't poop. Grip is actually a really good house pet.
It's like wrong pot.
There's no furniture for him to scratch, and we don't poop, so it stays that way.
Oh, has Grippa reformed yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's in there. He's running around in there.
Oh, good to know. What we discussed, Los, is that if Zogul is captured, then the enemy knows about this our stronghold here, the sanctuary. So we should be on alert.
Okay. If they send assassins, we'll assassinate them back.
He slowly sort in and out slowly. I'll go read.
All right, I'll keep on watch. Los will go into the walls and just spy on that hallway. Keep an eye out.
There's some soldier wandering down with a bucket.
Yeah, he'll take Grippa out for the guarding.
Hey, Chagga.
Yes.
What are these walls made out of?
Stone, stucco. I don't know.
He is not grapple. The side goes shit.
Castle stuff?
Castle stone.
He turns into an earth elemental. Can he glide through it?
So they do fight druids, so there is like reinforcing different parts of the castle. Some sections are difficult to go through, others are not, depending on which area it was made in.
Okay, he's marking the ones that are easy.
Okay, this portion is really old, so this area is actually easy because they weren't,
This whole area is easy to get through.
Yeah, wonderful.
Let me do some renovations.
Well, typically we teleport here. Zogul might be able to draw a map, which means that Los will get them out in the hallway. There's plenty of forewarning. All right, it's time for us to go check in with the general. Chagga's gonna teleport to.
Ahoy, Captain!
Teleport to Fort Manius.
You turned into an admiral. I'm a rear guard.
Turns into a small elemental, and then he turns back.
Okay.
Elemental's an elemental.
Alright, we're on Fort Manius.
There is hustle and bustle as you return. Where do you teleport to? Are you like teleporting and coming in like a normal person, or are you like going into the library?
Going into the library.
Okay.
We got Duckin with us.
Give me a second to log into Twitch, because it's like the first die roll of the night.
Oh yes, Duckin, we're going to go see the general. Would you like to deliver her a message? Duckin's excited. So Chagga will write down a little piece of paper into Duckin's collar. At the library.
Yeah.
Send Duckin out.
All right. Things are happening. Oh my god.
All right, so it's a duck, but it's a duck that wears an amulet, a ring, a cloak, and some braziers.
First, a percentile roll to see if there's anybody in the library that you teleport into.
Okay, sure.
Okay, draw a gun.
33.
They die.
Okay, the library is empty. Okay, you send the duck out.
Yep.
Give me a D4 and a percentile roll.
1
Okay,
and 46.
46. All right. It takes the duck in about an hour to deliver his message. There's a few points where you can faintly hear, "Oh, I think he's having some fun." Like there's a, "Hey, get the duck!" Like there's some
Yep.
a few points he gets chased by guards.
Yep.
He evades them as he's a duck. At one point, there's like a servant who tries to grab Duckin, and Duckin overpowers the servant and flaps away.
It's a strength 6 duck.
It's a strength 6 with what bab?
Chagga's bab is 11.
So it is a legendary warrior babbed duck. This duck knows duck food, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
All right. It takes a little over an hour, but the message is delivered, and the general.
Yeah, the CMB on the duck is +9.
Yes,
He can grapple a commoner. Commoner's on the ground, duck's got his head pulling its ear. AC 32 for the duck. +4 when it's moving with mobility.
Yeah, like the duck is a very potent spy in low Sierra places.
Yep.
Okay. Give me a. Do you have knowledge and ability? Because the duck has all of your ranks. So does Duckin have knowledge, nobility, royalty? Knowledge,
I think Chagga has 1 rank in this.
knowledge, religion.
Chagga has 5 ranks in knowledge, religion, and 1 rank in nobility. So Duckin's knowledge, religion is. Oh, did I not update his? Give me a second. Duckin now has a 12 int. I need to add his ability score mod. Okay, I can do this on the fly. So knowledge, nobility for Duckin is +2, and knowledge, religion is +6.
Okay, could you give me both?
Okay. Knobs and royals is nat 1,
Okay.
and religion is 21.
Okay, and a sense motive being the last one.
Duckin, friends with everybody. Or doesn't let anyone grab him unless it's the general.
Okay. Give me a. So, Duckin doesn't understand the context he's in.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people and it's a little bit confusing. The general is there.
And then the duck would fly to the general and wiggle the little message out of the thing.
Okay.
go flying away.
Okay. All right. Give me a. So the message itself. The message was the simple. We're in
In the library.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
And Chagga didn't even put his name down because it's his duck. The duck that she's looked after for months before.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You took care of it. You took care of your duck before. All right. Give me a perception check for the party.
Mm-hmm. These might need to be updated.
Okay.
Yeah, these are
not
our
there.
perception
Griffith's
checks
not
are
there.
our
Phoebe's
bonuses.
not there. Mort's not there. York's not there. Kappa. Okay.
Capper Dugan also got 35s with their lucks and maybe their levels.
Yeah. Okay. There are footsteps coming. There are more footsteps than normal.
Towards the library?
You'd suspect that.
Has Duckin come back already, or?
Duckin has come back.
Okay.
Duckin is back. The lady was there. There were lots of people.
Duckin got a treat. But when somebody tells Chagga that there's footsteps coming, he'll
Yep.
put Duckin in his backpack.
Okay. There's footsteps coming. It is you're suspecting like 12 people at a hurried pace.
All right, Chagga will position himself at a table, like a sturdy table between himself and the door. Dugan will hide
Okay.
high up in a shelf somewhere, and then he just gets Capra and Desaad to
Desaad.
spread out a little bit.
Yeah, which way do they come in? Did they come in from here?
Yeah, they're gonna come in from here.
Yeah, let's flank the door as they come in. Oh, you're an archer, so you stay back a bit. I can flank somewhat. See what's going on here.
Okay. There's sounds of armored footsteps in the hall. People are hurrying. The door to the place is opened very, very quickly, and it almost you can really get a glance at this guy.
Fuck is that guy?
There is a human holding two elegant-looking pearl-handled pistols. He's smoking a cigarette and has a large number of tattoos that are actually visible, including many that seem to be associated with the five-faced god, amongst others. He's not immediately wearing rank. He's got a kind of, what do we call it, a fervous look in his eye. Is he like a zeal or extreme look?
Chagga does not look pleased.
Okay. Give me, actually, one second, I want to check his perception. He might be able to. Alright, he can't see Dugan.
Okay, Chagga's pretending to look at some book on the table in front of him.
Okay, give me your bluff check. Desaad, you can roll your bluff check, and Capra will roll his bluff check, just because.
Bluff check again to do.
Well, to appear nonchalant.
Yeah, these aren't pistols in my hands.
25 on the
seriously,
bluff
yeah,
check.
he's
Chagga's
like,
like,
"Ooh."
he's pretending to be interested in some random book that was on the table.
He's got like a pistol inside the book. It's just looking.
45 from Capra, or sorry, this is before he leveled. This would be like a 28, and
Yeah.
then yeah.
So bluff. Hey, I never mentioned that.
Glances up from the book when he hears people coming.
So,
53.
Mrs. Wayfinders in. Your,
Does he walk into the room, or is he talking?
he's at the corner, he's got his guns out, he's
pointing his guns out.
He's pied the room, as in
Okay.
he had guns out, came around the corner, and it's sliced across the room.
Oh, don't shoot. We're hardly missing.
Okay. He puts the revolvers away very deftly. You suspect he could draw them in a very, very short period of time.
No, some sort of gun priest. Chuckles this quietly to the others.
Okay.
Desaad looks at you, he's like, those are nice guns.
Do come in. It is a Imperial library, but not the Imperial library.
Okay.
That place was fascinating.
Desaad looks, yeah, come in, tell me about your problems.
He casts a spell.
This guy's not very friendly.
Not overly.
Okay, Chagga's gonna cast a spell then. He's not even gonna try to spellcraft what spell he casts. You're gonna stand outside, point guns at us, and no, we're casting a wall of force over the whole backside of that wall, blocking the way in.
Okay.
Yeah, like something like right here.
Yep. Fuck this guy.
Okay.
I also don't know it's Clark behind him, like we can't see him. Yeah, some guy shows up, points guns at us. It's like, no.
Nope.
What is he casting? Spellcraft.
Your spellcraft? Okay. He was casting a detect magic.
This guy's a bit of a prick. Oh, don't worry. He'll be a penniless prick when I'm through with him.
Hey, it's not very polite now. Is he standing against Desaad standing against the things like poking it? It's not very polite now, is it? You don't learn any manners, do ya? It's unfortunate.
He clucks his teeth. Just checking to see his.
Chagga goes back to flipping through the book. He's clearly not interested. He's looking at the pictures only.
Okay. He steps across. He's still has sight line to people in the room.
Yep.
A person you've seen before, the spell casting rifleman.
Yep.
One of them looks, has this gun, this large gun that taps against the wall of force. Okay. They have their weapon in a ready fashion, not pointed at you, but in hand. Colonel Clark pokes his head around the corner.
Chagga's like, I see why everyone's acting like assholes. He's like, okay.
King asshole.
It's like, he just kind of goes, oh, well, that's the reason. Like it's so obvious. He gives them like an exaggerated salute, and then goes about looking at pictures in the book. He lets Duckin out onto the table. Duckin's just waddling around.
Desaad, the rifling on this rifle mage's weapon goes from a green to a yellow color. It glows for a second, a pulse is let out, and the wall of force disappears.
So am I pulling my guns out?
Chagga's like, oh, that looked fun.
Okay, there's a few more riflemen moving through the hallway.
Hearty salutations, Colonel Clark. Is he still a colonel? He still is.
He's still Colonel.
Colonel Clark.
Not advancing far.
Excuse us for agitating you with our presence. We merely came in to give our report to the General.
The Imperial Army has taken control of this situation. You should be making reports To me?
I don't believe that's how the chain of command works.
When there is failures this gross, the chain gets reworked.
Yes, just like the chain failed in Fort Crag. Don't worry, we rectified it. You'll receive our report once the general has been reported to. You wouldn't want me to not report to my superior?
Of course not.
Excellent. We've sent a message to the general that we've arrived and we're waiting.
General! Right forward. Sort of like this hallway packed with people with guns and armor. You do hear the tuk 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 of, like, Aubrin does make her way through.
Chagga just nods to if this guy doesn't have any rank in the guy, the pistols or whatever. He just nods. Bob's his fat head to Killian.
Killian is looking. He's looking. He looks at Capra. Desaad, give me your what's your disguise check?
My disguise check?
Yeah.
45 base, or is it my shape changer?
Your
Which one?
whichever
Should
one,
we
the
get
one that
shape
makes you
changer?
look like a human.
The shape changer. Be plus
Okay.
55.
Plus 55. Okay. He gives a slow nod.
I haven't rolled yet.
Oh no, he nods to Chagga.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know you didn't roll. It's fine. You don't need to roll. He adjusts his gun belt a little bit. Flicks a little bit of ash off his cigarette onto the floor.
Killian's found his little elite dude. I have a feeling that these two assholes are two peas in the same pod.
Okay. Clark steps in.
Chagga gives a proper salute to the general as they come in. Hopefully his sergeants follow suit.
Captain does like the 3 different versions of salutes he knows to make sure he has the right one. Killian's shaking his head. Aubrin steps in. She returns the salute.
General Aubrin the Green, Wayfinders here to report to you personally.
Hopefully we have good news. She appears to be like ignoring the fuff that's happening. You do see a few more of these heavily armored riflemen in the hall.
Yep.
What's with the welcome wagon?
Chagga doesn't. He just shrugs at that, but the short version is that all is well in Fort Crag, and they have entered the war. We have ended some of their difficulties, and our cohorts led an attack against the surrounding goblin and giant army, routing them.
Yeah, Desaad's like, here's the report. This is for the...
Details can be found in there, along with our expenses and a requisition.
And how many cannons do they bring? Colonel is like, he likes this idea of you brought the goblins in. He's like immediately talking about things. The report has all the details, does it?
Well,
Captain?
yes, and any other details you wish us to go and gather, we will be returning there, as we have a number of folks that we rescued who are missing limbs. We promised to help them restore.
Send them a report.
Chagga looks at like, obviously the idea crosses his mind as he glances to the general. And he doesn't say so in this busy room, but she might pick up on, like, hey, we could probably heal your injury. 3 of your Wayfinders have been found. Gamba, the Goblin...
And Hammersmith.
Hammersmith helped us during some of our troubles. He was the only one who was still mobile. Details of fighting the ghost Medusa. He looks at the many hundred-year-old ghost Medusa that had been haunting the Fort Craig as of late. We'll haunt them no longer.
Yeah, that was funny, actually.
So the Killian seems intrigued by the concept of the hundreds-year-old ghost Medusa.
Yep.
He's intrigued by that concept. The Colonel is generally grumpy. He wants to he looks like he wants to ask a question, but he isn't. Aubrin is pleased with this statement.
The enemy did bring in a force of devils. We believe they're called Irinies or Fury Devils. Over 20 of them formed a military unit. Actually, 2 military units. One attacked our cohorts while we were dealing with the Medusa. The other attacked the inner sanctum of the Fort Craig. Fort Craig was able to disperse that military unit as well as our band of cohorts. York fought admirably.
Killian, his face, you can see this subtle... He doesn't like the name York.
We have some other matters that go into more detail there, General, as well as our requisitions and reasons behind them. Chagga's not mentioning Zogul was captured.
Yeah. And how fare the emissary?
I did not meet him personally, but when
There's a...
when Phoebe and the cohorts met him, he was in a state of drunkenness beyond the ability to command. My recommendation, based off of those accounts, and well, how he purported himself during the battle, he downed 2 bottles of liquor when he was near the front lines. He should be summarily replaced. Don't worry, we've already helped replace the dwarven leadership that was underneath the charms of a great Oni. Oh, the details are in the reports, General, for your eyes only.
Thank you, Captain Chagga.
The
Captain Dune.
Yeah. What's that, Howard?
The Sod thinks in his mind, execute me there. Execute.
Hey, buddy.
Nice.
Okay, you're not getting a response?
We have a number of
He tries it every once in a while. Execute.
we wish some rest to access to the trainers as well as the crafters before we hit our next targets. The suggested targets are listed, and she points to a document and he opens it up. The trolls, a short excursion to a prison.
Yeah.
Chagga taps on that one and he underlines like to rescue Zogul, who is captured. But he's not saying that out loud.
This woman, her eyes go kind of bigger. And, hey, give me a bluff check to try to communicate a message.
Can decide to help a bit.
You can aid.
Okay.
Although you're busy drinking around with Extigan, but you can aid for the +2.
32.
It's pretty good.
It's pretty good, but if this Killian dude, I don't know.
Well,
You seem to be making us roll some high rolls.
The Sod can just distract them. Hey, have you guys been to this library? Look at these books. This one's about history. And your master, look, no, seriously, guys, take a look at
There's
this.
a book with a golden ticket in it.
maybe let's get into the movie.
Look at the drawings.
Funny.
Okay. Killian's just watching.
Yep.
He's like, well, you're saying something before, and he closes the book really loud, like, boom. Sorry. Well oiled.
Yes, I'm not sure how this exactly is done, but that ambassador should be recalled immediately. Right under his nose, a great Oni was charming had charmed the leadership of the dwarves and kept them out of the war.
Who has the best sense motive?
I think.
Let's see. I have a plus. Sada's plus 20. Capra's got a. Should have some stuff.
Chagga's got a plus 13.
Plus 19 from Capra.
Okay, so Desaad.
Dugan's got a plus 18. Interesting.
Desaad.
So 3 aids here.
As Chagga is going on this particular point of questioning or point of description, Clark's face is turning slightly different shades of red and his brow is becoming more furrowed and he's becoming more angry under his helmet.
Uh-oh, I think he's getting a stroke. Breathe, old man. Breathe.
The council of 2 dwarves is now a council of 3 in Fort Crag.
Yeah.
The Great Hammer leadership was found somewhat lacking, and 3 provided a excellent push to actually take action against our common enemy.
Well, at least
We could return there to count the cannons if you need so, but I don't think Fort Crag suffered any military losses until we actually attacked, and those losses were minimal due to the heroics of the cohorts of the Wayfinders.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Good work, Wayfinders. Have you found any new numbers amongst yourselves? It's been a while since you've updated your paperwork.
Yeah. Busy winning a war, Colonel.
You're probably due reassessment.
If I could wait until after the war, Colonel, I would leave that up to my superior officer to determine. Suggestion noted.
We will fill out intermediary paperwork will be filled as is within the charter and constitution. She's trying to deflect. Killian, you can see. Just let him regenerate, huh? Just under his breath.
Fucking Clark's concerned about goddamn paperwork. Have there been any battles here?
We've been fighting. There was significant losses in the north against a group of fiery winged angels in the sky, likely your Rinya's troops. They were devastating against many men, although there was a commendation from the Imperium, from the Imperial Legion, for your support at Mira's Gulch.
Oh yes, we convinced a number of Goblin Heroes to retreat from the field of battle.
And the commander himself said that you rescued him by your own hand.
Oh, yes. My powers as a necromancer came in very handy that day. I think it was Lois teleporting around.
Will said he was Chagga.
Yeah. Again, some of our support staff have become very competent.
Where precisely was the boat lost?
I'm not sure. I've already given my report on this, and we gave the angles and approximate distances. We tracked the boat, and we teleported within range. We were not able to see any points of interest, as we were deep at sea. One would have had to have been a prescient mermaid in order to figure out where that boat was.
So, you have the last mission you were given was from him,
Yeah.
to do that was he wanted to talk to you about that, and you've been dodging him for weeks.
I didn't know we were dodging him.
Yeah, well, this is the thing of you've legit been dodging him for a very long time. We just teleport in, we teleport out, we go in this one room, we hide here, we don't interact with him, we do a percentile roll to see if he's around, he's not around.
That was long ago. I hope the General, well, I don't wish to speak for the General, but those reports have already been filed, sir.
Why, thank you, Captain.
Chagga bobs and looks at Killian, just making note of his weird reactions to things.
He's well seasoned and understands concepts that are being talked about.
Permission to ask a question, General?
Feel free to speak candidly.
Who is that man standing behind you that pointed guns at us? Threatened by ducks, are we?
Don't recognize the hero of the Imperium, Killian Shaw. And then he's nice to meet you.
Does Chagga recognize?
Give me knowledge local, knowledge nobility. The duck didn't.
Knowledge local? No. Knowledge nobility +6 and knowledge religion +10.
Knowledge religion would be your best bet.
20.
He's a very high level inquisitor of the Church of Five-Faced God.
Chagga sighs. Oh, I've heard of you. What brings you to our humble fort, Inquisitor?
Shape-shifting spawn out of the plague of the Imperium.
Oh.
And a bunch of goblins.
The goblin ranks are full of shape-shifting Oni.
He's here to make certain that the leadership is protected. We wouldn't want another assassination attempt. That would be successful, yes? Mr. Shaw here is in charge of our security. And he's saying our security, and he's he puts his hand on Aubrin's shoulder. She looks like she doesn't like it there.
Oh, well, forgive us for not using the front door, but we feel that we're very much targets of the enemy's ire at this point in time. We've taken precautions of our own, as is permitted by our Wayfinder status. I'd be very careful spending any time around us. Our enemies could appear at any point in time. Chagga's I don't know, fucking Inquisitor fucking following us. He's not high on the idea of that level of scrutiny, for obvious reasons.
Where is your ferry?
Which one? Killian's asking us.
Yes.
Okay. Which one? You have to be much more specific.
The Atomi. Dugenschmerf.
I see. We have two Atomies. Private Dugenschmerf. He's a bit shy. Oh, he's Corporal Dugenschmerf. He's around here somewhere, as the Tomi tend to be. He's in this room, I assure you. You can hear him if you listen to Dugenschmerf.
Just saw it go,
Yeah.
and goes, here, doogie, doogie.
He's here. The Tomi are very shy creatures. Dugenschmerf, let's just say it's very reassuring having him look over our shoulder. Apologies, General, for not presenting him.
No, it's normal. Yeah, well, we need to come to an understanding if there's going to be sneaking around here. Killian is speaking to the room.
Yep. Where we arrived and we sent the duck.
Capra in the corner is like, going like, "Oh, you're going to go so bad." Even the colonel
Yep.
has this look of like, the colonel is kind of afraid of Dugenschmerf because
Yep.
it's like anytime it's just yeah.
I assure you, we were too busy with the war and fighting horrible enemies to be very concerned about an invisible fairy surprising someone. Chagga's like looking at him like, really, dude?
We take security very seriously here.
Oh my goodness. Chagga, I agree with you. Security should be of highest paramount. And
I was thinking, you should see our house.
the security of the members of the Wayfinders should also be quite high in priority.
It certainly is, says the general. Okay,
Yeah.
give me a perception check. The DC is 25.
Just roll the thing, and I gotta update everyone's perceptions. Perception, Chronicles, South. Bloop, bloop. Well, I think add 2 to all these.
Mine is at already level 14, so -1.
Okay.
Okay, we'll just take these until we update it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, it's fine. So Duncan doesn't see it, Chagga doesn't see it, and everybody else does. Okay. On one of his one strap in his bandolier, there are several special-looking bullets. There are a few cold iron bullets. There's a few that are more silvered. There's the people who got the 40s. You can actually see names scratched into these things.
I know that does that with cannons.
Named bullet, gunslinger, inquisitor.
This guy. Mm-hmm. Well, now that the surprise is over, the Wayfinders here. Our suggested itinerary is on page 6. Basically sketching out, we've got training time, we want to go do a little mission, and then we've got like crafting and upgrading to do.
Mr. Dune, General, please inform your Wayfinders that we would like to have a deeper discussion on this topic over the coming days. We have a few things to discuss, and their insights would be invaluable. She nods to the Colonel. Good to have you back. Always a pleasure, Captain Dune.
Okay, he salutes.
Okay. She salutes back.
The duck says hello.
Later.
And it's like waddling up to the edge of the table like it wants a pet from the general.
General, give
Okay.
the duck a pet.
There we go.
Gillian looks at the duck for a second. Nice. His eyes are very active. He's trying to see the Smurf.
Yep.
No fucking way, Baldy.
From a different side of the room.
Kev bluff check looks over his shoulder like, dude, don't do that. Bluff's like 48.
Oh, we must be just a
without rolling.
bunch of enigmas and a lot of sensory overload for this guy.
It's a lot to take in.
He's like, shh. Gotcha.
Okay.
The sun still looks like a
She takes the itinerary. She approves it. You can see her moving pages to sort of cover up the section where it talks about
Zogul's rescue.
The prison.
Yep.
The prison bit.
I look forward to our conversation, Colonel.
As do I, Captain Dune.
Chagga does. Chagga will find to speak his mind about how to improve the war effort.
Okay.
Plus, Chagga doesn't really have a good sense of the overall movements of the pieces on the board.
Well, so you don't know what the battle is doing. You know what things are happening at locations,
Yep.
and then you don't know some of the intricacies between other aspects, right?
Yes, but I'm sure that our individual things of taking out high-level
Oh,
leaders,
it's definitely impactful. Yeah.
killing 7,828 enemies,
Yep.
getting rid of some elite units, and bringing in an ally in the war,
Yep. Oh, this is all good.
helping defend the forts. I'm sure this group has tipped the scales
Oh,
a
yes.
bit. So.
Oh, yes. High impact. All right. Are you staying here, or are you teleporting away? Or?
Well, we want to make sure that our expenses and a 10,000 gold piece diamond is gotten.
Okay. The 10,000 gold piece.
So we have previously submitted. We spent 3,700 in diamonds and 1,500 on components. We have a new submission of 11,500 gold pieces in diamonds and 3,000 in components. This is just the spells that we've been casting. And then we hand in contraband of 16 doses of blood brain venom because we want to appear that we're
following the rules.
the rules. And then we're going to ask for the 10,000 gold piece diamond for Zogul. So this is a request.
That is. He's pointing at that line item.
Mm-hmm.
This one's a bit of a challenge. Is it a matter of vanity, or is it a matter of...
We don't believe that his body is in suitable condition to be raised by a raise dead spell, which would require a resurrection, which we do have. Is she is everyone else gone, or is she?
Well, she's talking. Basically, yeah, they're gone.
Okay.
They're gone.
Does she have any guards?
Yes, they're ready to be guys.
Right, guys.
Foreign Legion.
There we go. Oh yes. So Chagga explains. He's fine with the new request of the amount of money that we've spent. Oh, you know what? One resurrection is already in the 11,000 request. So here's our request. This is stuff we actually cast, and then 10,000 gold piece diamond for resurrection is equals that.
Okay. There will need to be paperwork filled for a diamond of that size.
Understood. Hopefully us returning Fort Crag into good graces will allow for trade.
Under whose auspices? She hands you the form.
Okay.
Or she gets the form brought in and hands you a copy of the form.
Yep.
The form is basically like an authorization to resurrect.
Okay.
You need the creature to be resurrected, the whom they worship, the god who would be doing the resurrection, the name of the caster, and the seal, and then a sign is what this paperwork is.
Okay, so Chagga with mythic points can cast resurrection. No shit, he can't. He's 2 levels behind on his cleric. So we need Dee Dee to raise the Oni. Oh god damn it. Will her gods allow her to raise a Oni?
They should get mythic. When you kill the relatives of this thing, you seem to get mythic power. So.
Well, and their quest was to stop the 4 great Oni, right?
Yes.
Well, we'll keep the form, and do we have to fill out the form now in order to request the diamond?
She needs this filled out to give you the diamond. Like she's.
Okay, so we will mark down Zogul.
Okay.
Bodyguard of Wayfinder, Graggle. What god Zogul worships?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. That's not a question you should ask.
I think to the best of our knowledge, he worships the same god as Zogul, which we think is the big red god of war. So we're gonna write down red god of war, not knowing anything better.
This is why she gave you the form.
Yep.
Yep.
I assume Dasad, Capra, Dugan, Zogul worships.
I'm assuming he follows Grackle. I think Grackle's that red god of war dude.
Well, he doesn't worship Grackle.
No, whatever Grackle worships. So he's probably with Grackle.
Sure.
Yep.
Red god of war.
Yep. Okay.
And then who will be doing the raising? Yeah, the only one that could do it at this point in time would be Sofa doesn't know that spell.
We could force him to learn.
Dee Dee.
Cameron's giggling. I know it's really inappropriate.
Whom already says she doesn't like the Oni. Alright. For now, she will put in Corporal Dewdrop.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a Corporal. Corporal Dewdrop Sunpetal.
Okay.
Okay, we'll submit the form.
And then her god is 1001 Fey Gods.
Yeah, 1001 Fey Gods.
Okay, and the pay pack. This is an authorized god for a worshiper of an authorized god for a good reason. This authorization, this gets authorized, as in this is okay to do. A diamond is sent for. She said we'll be here in 2 days.
Okay. It'll be here much before we finish training.
Yep. Okay. What you learn over the next little bit, particularly, well, what you learn. First off, Dugan has a cold iron bullet with his name on it that fits into a revolver.
Dugan, time to change your name, buddy.
Oh, that's right. He didn't add the umlauts. It wouldn't have worked.
I don't know if that's how it works there, buddy.
That's how it works. Be fair, magical. Don't you know very little about magic? We're living magic. Why do we need to know anything about ourselves?
What we say is, you think it into existence. I've tried that before, it doesn't always work. I tried to think a sandwich into existence, and I was still hungry.
Hey, Dugan. You know how he walks around with those bullets?
Kev, yes?
Well, why don't you just switch him?
For regular ones. That's funny. Other bullets that don't have the bullets inside, they just make bangs.
Pretty goddamn funny to me.
Those don't make bangs. Well, they make bangs, but different kind of bang.
I just feel like with like flowers or something.
I'm certain Dee Dee can come up with something.
That's right, she could craft things. Bullets that
Like
make big,
shoots and then a flower.
multicolored, flowery poofs.
They should also have like a little flag that says bang.
Yeah, it's a little illusionary component. I think I saw that at the circus once.
Okay. The conversations over the next few days.
Yeah, we end up, I think we're starting our training and we're bringing all of our weapons to the rune crafter to start scraping runes off the weapons and armor. Yep.
Crafting, scraping.
Yep.
Chagga, you're brought into several discussions. None of your men are brought into discussions without you. They seem to be focused on something of an inquisition around the emissary Archibald. They have lots of questions about this. They want to know details of interactions.
Chagga can't tell them it much because they were solving other problems. And only when the dwarves decided that they were going to attack did his subordinates convince the emissary to get the humans involved.
And when asked about why you didn't go to see the emissary before interacting with the dwarves,
Because
An army outside.
we smelled that things were rotten, suspected that things were rotten because the dwarves weren't already in the war, and didn't want to announce our presence to everyone right away.
okay. Give me a sense motive from yourself and what other person of your choice from the questioning chunk.
Kev's with.
Okay. So you both give me a sense motive from each of you.
A sense motive from Kev.
Yeah.
Gotcha, boss.
We're looking for there's an undercurrent here to see if we pick up on it.
20 plus 20. Understood.
15. So Chagga is busy.
Chagga's busy.
27. I can surge, baby.
Okay, we're in downtime. Roll your surge. It's like just
Boom. 33, baby.
okay. You are fairly convinced. Well, for whatever reason, Clark doesn't like the statements of Emissary Archibald being drunk, being incompetent, being not in command, not in charge. His version of when he writes stuff down or says things really softens those statements a lot.
Okay, well, Chagga, yeah, I guess he's not picking up on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, am I with him?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hey, Chagga, what's with the bullshit?
What?
I mean, what we're saying and what? Hey,
Colonel Clark, do you have a personal relationship with the ambassador at Fort Craig?
Why would that have any pertinence? Yeah.
I'd be biased if it is. I would recommend a different person to take note. Otherwise, I mean, anyone in the Imperium would say there's a conflict of interest, and they would come down really hard. So I would just be very careful. That's what I would probably do.
Complete incompetence.
Yeah, that too.
There's
I would
likely
kind of soften it.
rules, if one cared to look them up, about being drunk and disorderly while in charge in a war situation. That alone would probably lose one's post. He'd be posted up in the North Pole or something.
That's the kindest kind of post you could get. The other one is
Diplomacy.
hanging
This seems
somewhere.
very
Yep.
like this is very cordial way of handling this situation.
Yes, Chagga's diplomacy has gotten much better.
Aid or I could lead, whatever you want.
He's been jacking ranks into it, and he's still not max ranks because he doesn't have a lot of skills.
It's a cleric problem.
But 43 on the diplomacy.
43?
Very nice.
Yeah.
Someone in the north might not be the worst thing.
Chagga's charisma is also now a +9 modifier.
Nice.
Jolly!
Yep.
Put a beard on this man!
Jolly and his circlet and the luck
Yep,
and the
the
luck
luck
power
one.
that's been giving out. Yeah.
Alright, so he confesses isn't the right word, but he does let slip that this man is his daughter's father-in-law. Daughter's father.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Like there is a couple disconnected noble chain.
I'm not being rude. I'm just seeing if Mark. On my way. Do you guys need anything? I knew it was a Mark text. I could feel it.
You can feel it in your
Yeah,
brain.
I can feel it in my brain. Don't think so. Just what you need. There is some Pepsi already here. Mark drinks Pepsi.
Mark drinks Pepsi.
Sugar Pepsi.
Sugar Pepsi. Right. So yeah, there is a connection in terms of this is a man who is actually connected to Colonel Clark in some roundabout way. You do seem to convince Colonel Clark that to be at least less softening.
Yep.
You may have potentially also lessened the need for later sort of trial about who broke chain of command, where, when, something could be happening like 2 years during some inquisition. This may or may not have been averted or softened significantly. So future Chagga paperwork. In terms of what you gather from the breakdowns of the war, the hobgoblin troops have been pushed around significantly in terms of what they have. Their supply lines have been severely hampered. You do know that the Iron Tower in Fanfar released several things, or suspected to release some things, but it hasn't been pouring out troops. So it's not been like reestablished as a troop point.
To find things.
Some people are using words like demons or oni or oogie boogies.
Are these the Araignée, or are they different?
They some think it might be the Araignée, it might be similar things, but non-humanoid things.
Right, because there's still that door at the base of the tower that leads to the maze. Yeah. Chagga's wondering to himself. He kind of glances at Desaad.
Not yet.
Yep.
Nope. Don't look at me.
Yeah, if we do have, if there's like more of a conference thing, Chagga will take Desaad off to the side. We could just jam the tower somewhere and plane shift away.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Of course, things would just come out of other places in the towers, and the things that we're concerned about are things that could teleport. So,
Yeah, but can they plane shift?
at least this way, we could spy upon the things that come out. Now we know at least there are some more devils wandering around.
Yeah, all right. Let's do that. Let's get rid of this the tower and then just plane shift back.
What I'm saying is that the teleporting devils would come through a different tower that we're not watching. At least we have forces that are watching this one.
Fair enough.
Teleport changes. It makes lines on a map meaningless.
Yeah.
Yeah, alright. Then Chagga goes back. It was just a thought.
Okay.
We could just go jam the tower into some plane somewhere and then.
One of the smaller side reports
Yep.
was that the Goblin Heroes that were being mentioned before as like taking entire forts and towers to themselves,
Yep.
those they seem to have stopped.
Yeah.
Although there was a weird assault on a civilian building where they slew everyone.
Ew. What was the nature of the civilian building that they attacked?
The report itself described it as a care home, like a place for people who are like injured from the battle, this sort of thing. It was a little bit towards the rear of this location.
How were they killed?
They were killed with arrows, fire, and torn apart by claws.
Yeah. Vengeance?
When did this happen?
This happened
We're talking animal claws here? Or
within the week.
Okay, we're gonna look at the report and look at the names of the people who died. Anyone special?
Okay, give me a knowledge local or knowledge religion.
Do you have knowledge local?
Wait a sec. Foundry. Religion, I have some religion.
Chagga's got a +10.
+6. I'll try to aid you.
Okay,
I will try to aid you.
Yep.
I aid you.
All right, +2 from you, and I'll surge on this one.
Yeah.
Oh, Duckin can try to aid with his +5. So yeah, he can try to aid. He does. So 10 +2 +2 +1d6.
You're such a wizard. You're like, I am in this military tribunal. Here's my duck. What do you think? Okay.
The duck's just chattering away.
Yeah.
32 knowledge religion.
32? Okay. Give me a knowledge arcane.
Arcane, I'll do that.
Okay, I think Chagga aids you.
I only have a +9.
Oh, I got a +6. So let's see.
Bunch of tools.
Chagga aids
Oh shit, you should have taken that. Okay, 20 +9.
and Duckin aids, so you got a +4.
2 +1d6. Oh, we'll do the d6 after. 22.
Okay. This was a hospice that is run by members of the Church of the Five-Faced God. In particular, they are on the bottom left quadrant or septet of they're the stern version of Five-Faced God worship.
Lawful evil.
Yeah. You do suspect they also have a link to some sort of wizarding thing. And they were particularly handling cases of people who were maimed, right? People who were maimed beyond being able to care for themselves or being taken there for care.
All right. So it's not a pleasant place. Bunch of hellish nurses and. Yeah, I wouldn't want to end up there. Any interesting names? Like basically, we're looking for who would be the
Legendary
target
or-
here.
The target. Here, let's see the name for the target. The target. So of the people that were killed, it's described as this horrific act of like wanton violence. 4 people died. The building houses several hundred.
Okay.
Wait, 4 people died?
Yeah.
Yes.
So these Goblin
I
Heroes
thought
are up
they
to
killed
something.
everyone.
Yeah,
They-
it was either vengeance against a particular individual, or they were trying to find a thing. Somebody took something from them. Who are the 4 people?
All right. There was a minute. Let me grab that. Get the right sheet down.
Don't make us hunt you down, Goblin Heroes.
All right. Franklin. There was a Maiden Vinoy, and then there was 2 guards.
Okay, and are these people significant, or?
Minister Franklin was a Hierophant of the Five-Faced God. He was a member of the Academy of the Wizards, the Wizarding Guilds, or the Archmages, or the Mages, as well as a priest of significant power. If you were looking for a reincarnate, he could have been a guy who could do that sort of thing for you.
When you say Hierophant, you mean mythic?
No, I mean I mean the class that Sunny is.
Wizard plus
priest. He's a priest wizard. You also know that he is a specialist in soul magic.
Oh. Well. And why was he at this hospice? He worked there, or?
He led this hospice.
Oh.
Managed this building.
Okay, alright.
So they went there to kill this man and probably stole his things, or his research, or something he had.
Maiden Vinoy is a head of a bunch of nurses within the hospital. She's also an inquisitor of enough to be legendary.
Ah, targets. Yes. Interesting. I wonder why. Well, we may add this to our list of things to go and investigate. Let's see. Chagga. So this is probably want to finish our training before going.
Probably. Or that's what you want to do. Okay. Other news that you get is that the fungal infection, or the fungal plague, is getting worse and spreading.
All right. Oh, that's not good. It affects teleports throughout the war zone.
Yeah.
There is rumor of demons coming out of the plague.
Lovely.
Specifically, one of the rumors is that if a person is overcome with, if a human explicitly is overcome with the infection, that a demon can pop out of them. The knowledge planes.
It's where the gods live.
And the plus six is now one as well.
Tell me what you know, Desaad. Tell me what you know.
I aid.
No, I've
No,
got a
you
plus.
have to lead.
I have to lead on both. Well, I rolled a 13, so 19. Do you aid?
No, Chagga doesn't have any ranks in planes.
Duncan?
Nope.
Nothing, right? Okay, do 6.
We can cheer you on.
25.
Nice.
You want to surge?
No, that was
That is surge. 19 to 25.
Oh God. Okay.
You hit for my points, man.
So what people are describing, somewhat horrifically, is a huge, heavy-skinned being tearing itself out of a human. The four-armed.
This happened once?
This happened. Well, there's a rumor of one time where they tore themselves out of a human. There's also there's demons in the fungus.
4 arms, huh?
Forearms, big claws. heavy, like oaky, barky hide.
Yeah, sounds terrible.
It definitely sounds like a demon. They're definitely describing something that is of, like...
I'm sure that between Grackle, Malt, Dugan, and Los, something like that would be turned into demon mincemeat.
This is cause for concern.
Yes, well, we'll get to it when we get to it. We need our level. We want our 14th level. Okay.
Okay. Okay. As you are leveling, the other bit of information that you collect is that, or this is coming from the general. There is she is more calm than she was before. She's suddenly more calm. Give me a sense motive.
I can help you with that. I can help you with that.
I have a plus 20.
Chagga auto aids. Duckin is not. Does Duckin have the luck bonus along with everyone else?
Was Duckin out?
He was there. Okay. All right.
Lucky duck.
Lucky duck. Do the cohort? This happened
They
in
weren't-
the.
one,
Okay.
the
Yeah. That's
cohorts,
right.
like Sulfur doesn't have a luck bonus.
That's right.
He wasn't blessed
Okay.
by the.
All right.
Yeah.
Table. Left. Luck. All right. I'll have to add that. Duckin will attempt to aid.
Yeah, on all the surges I've done, I've had 6s today. Marty, no drum listens.
Okay, Duckin
Yeah, you get
aids
6.
and Chagga auto eggs, so you get a +4.
Okay. 38.
Okay.
41.
It's the general has a surprise for you, but it's not time yet.
Okay.
What do you think is going on there? I kind of like surprises, but not. Is it a good surprise or a bad surprise? Oh yes, we wouldn't want that to be happening.
Okay.
That would be a bad surprise, Duckin.
As I think it's a good one.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been wrong before.
Yeah. Sounds like we should go save Zogul once we finish our training.
Yeah, Grackle's been kind of annoying about that shit.
Ooh. We 14th level yet? Did the 15 days of training go by?
Yes.
Oh, we're 14th level. All right, so I think at this point in time, we're kind of musing over what's up with the general, but we're not taking any act. Like, should we do a doppelganger test on her?
Actually,
All right.
or just true seeing. Hell, that'll do it.
Oh yes. Let's go say goodbye to the general.
Yes, you know,
Okay. Chagga's like, yeah, of course. Magic solves everything. Chagga has true seeing as a his 5th level domain spell. He prepares it all the time, and he doesn't spend any material components because of the awesome brawl that he had. So yeah, we'll go and report to the general that we're going to enact Operation Pelican.
Operation Pelican.
To stork the Oni.
Operation Stork.
Yep.
Hey, good luck.
Okay, this is with the true seeing going, and he'll scan the room of like the general's guards too. He'll have a good look. Yeah.
Okay. Yep. Desaad, you are like at one point you do get a message from the Nagaji.
Extigan?
Not Extigan, but his other one of his lessers.
Yep.
About
How
how
you guys been?
it will. At the end of the season, he will be back. Or at the end of this year, effectively. Spring is when Extigan will be back. He is indisposed.
Alright. You guys know how to get a message out to us. Send a message to Servius if you need us. You need me. Or shit, just do send it.
Yep.
And they walk away. Well, you better walk away.
Hello, good sir. Did you come? Yeah, it was good. Sorry about that.
All right, so we're gonna just take a quick pause here. Yeah, and we'll resume as Mark has arrived. We'll get him settled.
Aha!